Welcome back to D&D, everyone.
Hello.
It's been a wild ride, but we just rolled 101 apparently on a D100. There's nothing suspicious about that.
Nope. All completely legit.
So
Totally.
a recap. Stop it now, children. I can see where this is going and I don't like it. A recap. Last session, you guys achieved a hell of a lot.
Yes.
You killed and resurrected Neo in an attempt to
People like that.
restore some of his memory, and fortunately he seemed to retain the ones he had acquired since waking up. Why is that opening? That should be opening. You celebrated this in spectacular fashion, potentially leading you all to a rough morning in the incoming. However, before you completed the successful resurrection of Neo, you spent some time exploring this very, very ancient temple of the orcs on this floating section of rock that floats within the sky, and discovered some very interesting things, possibly pertaining to the beginning of the history of the land of Kavran itself, and also pertaining to several wars and conflicts between a unknown race of beings and a series of demonic and fiendish creatures. Giving you a little bit of insight into how things are formed and what the situation is within the bounds of hell itself. That knowledge coming off the back of an incredibly fortunate natural 20 history check from Clary to ascertain what the nature of all these carvings and artwork was all about, despite its crumbling stonework just decaying from the passage of time. You also, Arwen requested that the High Priestess who resurrected Neo for you also remove the curse on your mouse, Arlo, turning him back into the old dwarf who trained you when you initially set out. It seemed like his time as a mouse had aged him somewhat, and he was not as sprightly as he once was. You shared a short amount of time together before he departed to make his own way in future, recognising that in his current state he probably wasn't going to be much use to you as a guide or a teacher anymore. And after all this excitement, you did indeed celebrate in exuberant fashion, frivolously spending a large amount of gold on very exuberant celebrations, getting the finest foods and getting rip-roaringly hammered in the process. Before you
dessert.
Yes, you ordered an entire meal of dessert.
It was glorious.
Before making
Best decision I've ever made.
back to your rooms to rest. It is as you emerge from this rest where we find you all. And I think I'll have everyone will start by making a Constitution saving throw as you wake up.
Oh boy.
That seems bad. Oh, that is bad.
Oh
Ooh.
boy. That +5 to con saves, and I've never rolled above a 15.
Constitution saving.
Yeah. A 10. And if I can get this dice out of the little thing. Natural 15 plus modifiers for Neo. So, Clary, you're feeling rough, but you're okay. Arwen and Styx, can you both roll a d10 for me?
I'm so excited.
One.
No.
In this instance, a 1 is good, Styx. Your hangover will... You two are both incredibly hungover and will suffer from, effectively, the poisoned condition for a number of hours equal to d10 rolled. The Styx, you will only have the disadvantage for 1 hour, which is probably enough time for you to eat about breakfast and feel fine. Owen, you will suffer for 5 hours. Clary, while you feel
I'm gonna head back to sleep.
you do not suffer any or too many ill effects.
I'm suddenly feeling very good about this.
Arwen just comes down in sunglasses and telling everyone to not talk too loud.
You will come to consciousness in these very plush rooms that, having all got relatively standard rooms for yourselves, Neo snuck off and upgraded you all in secret.
I'm going to be very honest here. I thought he was going to go contact his demon daddy. That's what I was thinking. He was gonna. I was thinking, oh shit, Neo's gonna like contact demon dad, and things are about to go down. While we're all having drinks and celebrations because he actually did remember stuff. No, I was vastly wrong. He did a nice thing.
Indeed.
Well, morning, apologising.
Yeah, you will come to consciousness, light streaming into your rooms, the sound of seagulls and the hustle and bustle of the streets waking you up. After the exuberance of your night before, you're all feeling pretty rough. As I said, two of you have got severe hangovers. And are generally not enjoying life as much as you were the night before. You'll make your way down to the dining room at various points. I imagine, based on the rolls, that Neo would be there first, followed by Clary, followed by Styx, followed by Arwen. Who comes downstairs very, 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 very fragilely.
Yes, definitely.
So
opening out to you.
So what's the plan today? We've got
No, we're not talking. We're sleeping at the table.
okay.
Helen puts her head in her eggs.
All those in favour of sleeping at the table?
Aye.
Yeah, well,
Motion denied.
Where would you like to go? There are. I know you acquired a few items recently. You would potentially want to check out?
Oh, did you get your armor in the end?
I didn't. I was just thinking that actually. How much have we got left? Or what was the damage? We've got 148 gold pieces left in the Neo Fund, and I've got 250 gold. So yeah, I'm gonna take a trip back down to the old place, the old blacksmith, and see. She said she had like a blueprint or plans to make a sort of like.
Yeah, she said she could make some armor for you if you were going to be waiting around for a time, or she could sell you a copy of the blueprint that you could take to somewhere else. And if you could find a similarly skilled blacksmith, then they could potentially make it for you.
How long did they said it would take? About how long did they say it would take?
They said it would take about a week.
About a week. Okay. Are we planning on being here for a week? These orcs are very nice, but a week does seem like a long time, especially when we're, we got a lot of shit to do. But then again, Neo said his brain's all like frazzled, and he will hopefully remember stuff over time. So, pardon me. It's either wait here for a little while, in which case I'll do it. I'll get the armor because I might as well. And while we're here, we can help out with these like giants and shit that seem to be rampaging around. Or I'll buy the plans for it, and we'll go somewhere else. We'll make tracks.
Were we thinking of going to the elf place?
Yeah.
At some
Yeah,
point?
at some point. Yeah, definitely.
So it's up to you if you want to do it here or there.
Well, I'm thinking maybe because obviously elves and similar sort of leather working and stuff. Maybe they might be a little bit better. It's the sort of high capital place, so maybe there's someone who can get it done there a little bit quicker. It's meant to be this big fancy place. I'm hoping that they.
A bit more expensive.
That's a good point. Yeah, capital prices and all that. Inflation. Things. Yeah. Okay. Well, so they were apparently having like giant problems. Were we going to help with that here, or were we just going to? I mean, they said they somewhat had. They could potentially have it under control.
We could go and ask.
Yeah, we'll ask, see if they need help. Because I feel like while we're here. Yeah, it was Rishi. He
Yeah.
dealing with that kind of thing. So why don't we go ask him if they need help with that, and if they're like really desperate for it, we'll give them a hand. Otherwise, we're back on the.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
So you're heading up to the castle in search of Reshi.
Indeedy.
Is there anything else you want to do while you're in town at this point, or are you just going to head straight to the castle?
Anything else I want to do in town? Was there anything I wanted to buy? Can I stock up on some rations?
Yeah. Yeah, rations are not very expensive, so that'll probably just cost you, let's say, 2 copper a ration.
2 copper per ration. Excellent. That's 3. That's 6 copper. 3 silver. There we are. I also wanted to just clean up some of my inventory. So these alchemist's tools that I'm probably never going to use.
Yeah.
No alchemist. I have no idea. Could I sell them to someone and see what they give me?
Yeah, so a set of... do you remember where you acquired these from?
I remember it was down under the water.
Okay. So... Yeah, okay, so a set of alchemist tools. A little bit sort of... sort of grimy and things like that from their time spent under the water, but they're made out of glass, so they don't hold the dirt. The dirt can be scrubbed off relatively easily. It's not like they're sort of metal or something and would rust. There are a few metal components, but you've maybe extracted all the glass and things like that, the metal having gone to seed. So you could probably still get around 30 gold for a second-hand set of alchemist supplies. They're quite expensive to buy new.
Nice. I will goddamn take it. Lots of money.
I didn't find out what the shiny thing from the cave was, have I?
It was a helmet, but you haven't
Oh, was it?
worked out. Yeah. You grabbed the helmet as you escaped, but you haven't...
Shiny helmet.
Figured out what it does.
Yeah.
Can I go and show it to someone?
Yeah. You can make an investigation check to try and find a shop. You rolled that with disadvantage for some reason, but you still got a 20.
I'm poisoned.
You are. Yes. Well remembered. Yes, so you do indeed find a shop. It is a small, well, actually the one you end up heading to is the one you went to the other day for magical ingredients and potion ingredients, where they have this strange...
With the frog.
With the toad, yes.
Toad. Sorry, toad.
The strange herbalist who gave you some modifications to your recipe. You make your way back inside. It is as it was before. There's no one behind the counter. It's just an empty shop with a small bell.
Is the toad there?
It is not. It is just an empty glass tank.
Oh shit! Here we go again. I cast detect
I
toad.
swear she's hurt that toad. This woman may not have shoes.
By the end of today.
Is there like a door or something?
There's a little bell.
Okay, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Diddly, 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 ding.
The door
Ding.
bursts open at the back, and out comes this very, very short, sort of only about 5 foot tall orc. Comes out and just snaps her fingers, and the bell instantly stops ringing.
Oh,
Despite your
okay.
best efforts to keep ringing it. It no longer makes any noise. And not even the like sort of the dull.
I start making the noise with my mouth. Ding, ding, ding.
As you know, like as if like it was still, you know, as if you're still tapping it. It no longer makes any sound at all. So it's not even like the clapper inside has been silenced.
Ding, ding.
So walks over and you should be careful doing that. You might upset someone.
Who would I upset?
Me.
Oh, where's the toad?
With the others.
With the others? Where are the others?
Toads?
Yes, I eat toads. What's it to you?
Can I have a toad, please?
Wanna buy a toad?
I want a toad. But also, can you look at this hat? But also, can I have a toad?
Or you can buy a toad. This is a toad, by the way. This creature needs consistent access to water. And if it doesn't get it, it will die.
Does a jar of water count?
No. You can't keep a toad in a jar.
I'm gonna keep it in a jar. Walk around with this jar, right? Just shake it when it's sleepy.
Like a snow globe.
No, a toad globe.
Okay, look at this hat thing, please. Thank you, and I will think about the toad. Where do you keep toads? Do you have a toad pond?
Yes, I have a toad pond.
Can I see it?
No.
I really want to see it.
Too bad.
Oh.
Customers stay in the shop.
No. Thought I had some.
So you hand over this helm, and it is a helmet at the moment. And it is this sort of quite elaborate open-faced helmet, very highly polished. So looks it over and says, "You would like me to do what with this? Are you selling this?"
Is it just look at it and is it magical or something?
You
Or is it just a hat?
identify this?
Sure.
Yeah, I can identify it for you. But not for free, mind.
That
How much?
Well, seems you annoyed me with your bell ringing. 50 gold.
this seems a
That's a
little.
rip-off. I'm leaving.
This seems extreme.
I take the hat back. I'll find out myself. I won't forget this. I'm coming for your toads. And I'll walk out.
I'm going for your toads.
This sort of gives you away. Good luck! I've got so many.
Is there no way we could? Please, here's the thing. We found this down in a sort of underwater facility run by some creepy fish people. We think
Mhm.
it'd be worth
Usually,
a lot. And I don't know, maybe if you could find out, maybe give us a bit of a discount on figuring out what it does. Maybe we, might consider making some trading it to you, or at least, we'll consider you for all of our future. I mean, we're staying here for quite a while, you see. So,
you're not going to be bothered by this toad-obsessed one again.
unfortunately, yes. And if you were to potentially give me a discount, I can make sure she waits outside for the duration of our coming visits.
That's what it is. That's worth its weight in gold. 25 gold to identify the helm.
25 gold. I will most certainly take 25 gold. Bloody tastic. What does it do?
Okay, so she takes it from you, and from a pocket she pulls out a feather, an owl feather, and from another one she pulls out a reasonably well-sized pearl. You'd estimate it have a decent valuation, and holds them up, places the helmet down on the desk, and casts the spell Identify, which takes a minute. So spends a minute casting Identify, and when she's done, she puts the feather and the pearl down, lifts the helmet back up, and hands it back to you and says, This will make you more intelligent.
Make you more intelligent.
Yes. If you lack the marbles, it will provide them.
So if we were to put this on one of the toads,
You'd have a very intelligent toad.
Clever toad.
interesting.
After half an hour, anyway.
And if
After an hour.
like,
Well, yes,
how
are you aware of something called attunement, my dear? Certain items
No.
to becoming attuned to before the magic will flow through you.
Is this woman talking down to me?
Absolutely. While
Yes.
also being
I'm
about
about this
a foot shorter than you.
evil toad. Oh. The urge to steal. So strong.
So just out of slightly, this helm will give you a base intelligence of 17.
oh my word! Like base intelligence of 17.
Yeah.
What about if you add then modifiers and shit? Like does that add any modifiers? Like, do you get to add your modifiers to that then, or no?
No, so your intelligence score becomes 17. It has no effect if your intelligence score is already higher.
Oh damn! What's your intelligence score? 60, isn't it?
It also, she says to you, it also appears to be somewhat customizable. It's a little bit garish at the moment. And it's got
Love
this sort of, you can
customization.
see it's got this sort of like slightly crested fin to the top of it, and these sort of sweeping, sort of almost like sweeping bands that go back over the eyebrows, and it seems to have this slight scaled patina to it.
Ooh.
Cool. So you're saying, like, if we were to put it on in Toon Tour, we could make it sort of look like how we want it to look.
Yes. You could change the appearance to be a little more subtle.
Huh.
Or more wild.
Interesting.
One would hope after gaining the intelligence of this, you would see the sense in that, but some people are rascals.
I want to make myself have a beehive.
Are we talking about the hairstyle, a beehive, or a literal
Yeah.
beehive on top of your head?
I don't think... Does it make a beehive?
That might be beyond the helms.
Can I have bees?
But it's basically
Pet
still be
bees.
a helmet or a piece of headwear. It is not a disguise item, as it were.
Very interesting. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. Thank you for figuring out what this does. Does anyone want this help in the group? Otherwise,
No, I'm very intelligent as I am.
I think everyone would benefit from the helmet.
it doesn't work. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna give you
What are
any
you saying?
I'll give you like a plus of anything because obviously your modifier is already 16. So you getting it wouldn't really change your modifier at all. It would just mean that you get +1.
Should we put it on Neo's head?
Yeah. Obviously, so like you would need an 18 intelligence to go from +3 to +4.
Right, I see.
I'll wear it. Fuck it.
Okay.
I think Neo should put it on.
Oh no! Yes! Oh my god! Maybe it'll help him remember things. Oh.
He also has a -1. He's a bit dumb.
Oh. Oh my god, Neo! Oh god. Oh, it makes so much.
We were blaming it on his memory loss, but
This entire campaign makes so much more sense. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he's the fancy magical dude. He just got lost and ended up in that cave. I didn't actually realise he's not a tiefling. He was just painted purple a long time ago, and has completely forgotten he's wearing a party hat and these horns on the top of his head.
Okay. Yes, of course, they're removable, see? They're just like on big springs.
After thinking, yes, I'm just going to walk up to Neo and just sort of like slightly move.
held on with magnets.
Okay, just checking, but alright. Cool. Okay. Fine. Thank you very much, madam. We will see you on our next venture here. And I will leave.
Yes. I will see you soon.
And immediately
Is
say,
that
okay.
No purchases? Nothing else you want identifying or...
I don't think so. I think I've pretty much got everything done. The stone stylus.
Yes. You have a question?
Yes. If I was to turn around and then start drawing on the door,
Yes.
would he know that I did that?
I mean, she would probably see it, so yes.
But like, I mean, like, so if I left the place out the front door, and then shut the front door, and then started drawing on the front door.
The front door is a shop front door, so it has quite a large window in it.
Oh, right. Okay. This makes sense. In which case, I'm not going to do that then. I was just
What were you going to draw?
I was just going to write closed on it. I'll stop doing it. Dude, that was genius. I don't need this helmet. Huh? I'm not currently wearing a helmet.
Okay.
If I was wearing the helmet, you'd know I'm wearing the helmet.
In an hour's time, you'd know who was wearing a helmet.
In an hour's time, I'm wearing the helmet. God, I'd be so smart.
Harry'd like to find somewhere to get these stone tablets she has translated. Does anyone know the language?
Yeah, well, in the interest of time, it can be done here. If you like. So you pull out these stone tablets. You're asking for her to translate them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll take them from you. It says, looks them over a little bit and says, yes. I don't speak this, but I can. Places them down.
I'm just Duolingo, so it's really quick.
I'm going to need to find another set of notes where I wrote down what they were. Alright, so how many have you got now? I think you have 4 in the end.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yes, it will take a little bit of magic to translate these for you. Again, for a small fee. Although you seem nice and loud one, so just $10 for you.
Thank you very much.
And she casts Comprehend
Ooh,
Languages.
you're fucking loud.
Yes. Cast Comprehend Languages. Starts running a hand over these. Takes a fair bit of time to go through the 4 of them. But after about 20 minutes or so, she finally sets the 4th one aside. And then separates them into 2 piles. She taps the first pile and says, these two are... I mean, I've never seen scrolls recorded in this way, but that's the best word for them. These 2 are spell scrolls. But carved in stone is, I mean, it's an unusual way to do things, incredibly time consuming. I don't know why anyone would bother. But these 2 are both spell scrolls related to teleportation.
Ooh.
Neither of them pertains to the is an exact replica of the what's the word I'm looking for? Neither is an exact replica of the way a spell of this nature would be noted down today. Where did you find these?
In an underwater temple below your city.
No, it wasn't below this one, it was below a different one.
Was it? Oh no,
Yeah,
below
yeah,
a different city.
yeah.
This one's floating. Yeah. Yeah, in an underwater temple.
Below this city, you're going to have to clarify that a little. We're flying.
No, so below a different city.
Yeah, so it
There are a
seems
lot.
like whatever, whichever being made this notation is either working from a different, well, it's a very different way of working. I wonder if they were trying to tweak things, perhaps. It's not a conventional way of doing things. I suppose it would work to cast a spell in this manner. Seems oddly specific. But yes, in essence, these are two spell scrolls.
What about the other two?
The other two are an incomplete set of notes. They seem to. The simplest way to describe them would be diary pages. Again, why you would go to the effort of carving a diary on these, I do not know. Again, it would take you more than a day to carve a single entry. What would you say if I spent my day carving my diary? How dull. Excuse me. But yes, I imagine they, excuse me, would pertain to the individual who wrote. There's certain similarities in the script there, and yes, well, they seem to notate different sort of experiments. They do mention portals and teleporting a little bit.
Okay.
Not uninteresting, but not complete either. It's a little disjointed. It's like having page 4 and 7 from the book. A bit difficult to get the whole picture if you haven't got what lies in between.
Okay, well, thank you for your help.
Alright.
In regards to the L scroll one,
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with how they work. Can I use them to learn how to teleport?
So, you wouldn't be able to use these unless you learnt Abyssal in some way so you could read them. And even then, you can only cast a spell if it appears on your class's spell list.
Oh, damn. I don't know.
Generally, teleporting ones are like conjuration, transmutation, and things like that.
Yeah.
Not enchantment, illusion.
Yes. Both teleport and teleportation circle are conjuration spells.
I see.
If you were looking to sell these, then they would be worth quite a lot.
How much exactly?
Well, I myself would be very interested as one of these notes as well, if you're willing to part with them. I would give you in the region of sort of eyes you up and eyes everyone for a second. 3,000 gold.
Oh,
shit!
okay. Would you mind if I was to put a copy down these engravings and a notebook?
us know if you were happily to part with it for 3,000 gold, then by all means make all the notes you wish. Would you like
Yeah.
any ink?
I think I have some, but Clary always has a notepad.
Yeah. It's not a problem.
Apparently, like Doc writing. But yeah, cool. You've got a deal then.
Can I quickly just, like, check if she's, like, you know, good intentioned?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Oh shit.
9. Yeah, you trust what she's saying.
Oh, no, I don't.
Could she do anything bad with them?
I mean, like,
I don't know.
don't think-
She seems very eager.
she seems a bit dodgy, but at the same time, like, what's she really going to do with the teleporting thing?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you can all make insight checks if you like. To
Yeah, I'm worried now. Like she's not telling me everything.
Like, where does it teleport to? Does she know?
No,
Oh,
oh, but yeah. Wait, what if it's
what if it's?
specific?
Oh, maybe. I mean, I'm intrigued, but
I'm doing so bad.
Bloody hell.
woman, it's the
Hold on, where's Neo?
woman.
no,
to ever-
not news, unfortunately. He also has a minus 3 at the moment because he's still suffering the effects of being brought back to life. So yeah, you all...
Why am I at disadvantage?
Because you're hungover as fuck.
Oh shit! Yeah,
We're gonna have to fight her in like 3 weeks now.
Neo's got the effect of being brought back to friggin' life.
Yeah,
She
but
seemed-
you've had a long rest, so...
Yeah.
She's seen them now anyway. Harry's gonna take some like etching, or like just write it down.
Yeah, you can, like, make a copy of these things.
Yeah, so we'll still have the information.
Yeah.
She's seen it anyway. Okay. Busting it, 3,000 gold. Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Get you some better armor.
Cool, yeah. 3,000 gold.
Yeah.
Just 3,000 divided by 4.
And, is there anything else you wish to purchase while you're here? She, to give you this gold, she reaches down and withdraws from underneath the bench this tiny chest. I mean, and like by tiny, I mean it is about sort of like 3 inches by 2 inches. It is tiny. And sort of hefts it and puts it down, and it makes this very solid thunk as she puts it down on top of the bench. She waves her hand over it.
It's a brick.
Casts the spell, and all of a sudden this thing grows, and suddenly you can't see her, and she's now hidden behind a full-size like chest. And sort of the creak, the lid opens up towards you, and you hear, or you see, like her hands reaching up, and just the clink of coins as she slowly gets out platinum pieces to pay you.
Jesus Christ.
So you can add 300 platinum to your inventory, which is the equivalent of 3,000 gold.
Blimey.
Shuts the chest, casts a spell, and it shrinks down really small and just puts it away.
Considering when you
Oh,
he was like dirt poor. She had like 5 silver. This
We
is,
now have a little more than that.
yeah.
Clary's rich. She's going to leave you all live the high life.
bye, don't forget us when you're rich and famous.
So she smiles very, after you've taken your down your copy of notes, she's sort of been looking quite pleased as they fly down. She carefully takes them and wraps them in this soft fabric before again tucking them out of sight.
I don't trust this lady.
Oh, I
Maybe it's because of the toads, but I don't know.
Maybe it's the toads, I don't know. I mean, what can we really... It'll be fun. Don't worry about it.
Anything else?
It's good.
Anything else I can help you with at all? Anything you need? Potions, ointments, lotions?
No.
She seems very, very pleased with this exchange that's gone on.
I think she's lowballed us, I bet it's like 10,000. 100%. Like, it's definitely a lot more.
Oh, that's also a very good point.
But we think she's a lovely old lady.
I mean, I definitely don't think she's a lovely old lady, but I don't think she's...
We just don't think she has ill intentions.
Yeah.
I'm kind of rolling that ones. I think she thinks this woman is the person in the world at this point.
That is fair.
The original suspicious being like it was 3,000 gold, so like the money's just made her a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like we should just get out.
You all heard 3,000 gold and your brains just went cha-ching.
Exactly. I feel like we should get out of here before we get wrapped up in something that maybe we shouldn't be.
We should keep this in mind, like at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe later down the road. Make sure she's not like kidnapping people and sacrificing them to the teleportation gods.
That's a good idea.
What if she uses the toads? Oh no!
Oh dear God, no.
Not the toads.
No.
Anything but the toads.
Anything but the toads!
To come back to her, got any similarities to that water temple?
If we come back at her shop,
Ground.
if we come back at underwater.
It's like a giant fish tank, it's just filled with water.
Yeah, then we know something's gone wrong.
I know she said that you need to keep the toads in water, but I didn't know she meant that literally.
Well, that was more me.
Very nice swim
that was
there.
more me as the DM telling you if you buy a toad with nowhere to keep it, it will die.
Yeah, but she says she's got hundreds of them, so she needs a big pond.
She says you have plenty of them, not hundreds.
Oh, Arwen heard hundreds.
Okay. Arwen can do what she will with that information. Where to next?
Reshi.
Yeah.
If we have nothing else to do.
Alright.
Okay. So you're set on going to Reshi's. Don't want your armor sticks? Or don't want to look into that more?
Well, I figure, like, did they say that it could be done really quickly for lots
No,
of gold?
they said it would take about a week.
Okay,
Which
then
you can probably safely assume that is a good turnaround time for effectively potentially not constructing armor from scratch, but to you would struggle to get much like a much shorter time, especially with a busy blacksmith who. You know, a skilled blacksmith is likely to be busy, so it's likely to already have projects on the go, and so potentially you'll have a couple of that factors in a couple of days wait for them to finish their current project and for you to go to move up the queue.
oh Oh, I did want to do one thing. I want to really quickly go to the blacksmith. So I will go out to the blacksmith actually.
Yeah.
And I want to buy the plans to the armor
Okay.
essentially, and I also would like to get my shield engraved.
Okay.
I feel like I've thrown this thing around and tossed it around and beaten it up and bruised it, and it's basically just like a plank of wood at this point. And I feel like, I should do something nice for the shield.
Okay.
I'm normal, trust me.
So
Oh, I know.
you head back to the blacksmith's, finding a way. Oh, you're probably about 2.5, 3 hours. By the time you've had a slow breakfast, you did spend quite a while at this herbalist's place. With the casting of spells and the cutting down of everything, and her sort of taking time to read everything that needed all of the things. You were there for sort of an hour and a half in the end. So you're about 2.5 hours through 6. You're now fine.
Yay!
And so you head back and you find the blacksmiths, and Suli is there, wearing this leather apron over a sort of a sleeveless shirt, just hammering away. And then there's this ringing of steel. Looks up as you come in and sort of pulls like 2 big sort of cotton earplugs out to muffle the deafening sounds of his ringing. Hello, what can I do for you today? Do you want Tazilla?
Yeah.
To know more about your armor?
Yeah, I would like to buy those plans to the armor, but I would also like something engraved on my shield. Yeah. Go on, really careful.
Alright, so your shield sticks, how do you picture it? You've never really described it.
It's basically just a very circular wooden shield, about sort of like the size of my torso kind of thing.
Okay, so it's just a big circular shield, yeah.
Yeah, really, like I've had this thing since my mentor gave it to me.
Yeah. This thing is okay. So it's like a heavy, oaken shield. With leather straps on the back, and is given the sort of mistreatment, sort of the throwing it on the floor to try and potentially trigger traps, the scuffs and buffs, and using it to block attacks and things like that. It's holding up reasonably well. As far as engraving it goes, you don't really engrave wood. You could have it painted, because at the moment it's sort of plain, so you could have something painted on it, or you could have it. You could have your shield reinforced and have effectively a metal plate put over the front of it, and that could be engraved.
Yeah. Oh no, because that's the whole metal thing, and
it would add. You could go for something very sort of decorative and thin that wouldn't really affect the shield. You could go for quite a beefy upgrade, and sort of band a lot of shields have the edges banded in metal to hold them together, and you could get sort of this this metal plate riveted on the front to make it much thicker. You could increase your AC, but then that would potentially come at a detriment to your maneuverability.
That's a good point. I'll go for the more decorative one. All I really wanted was just something sort of written in Elvish, saying "Green Heart."
Okay.
Naming my shield.
Yeah. So
it needs it.
Yeah,
been
so
through a lot.
Sully is quite intrigued by your request because it's not sort of a very common thing, and so she spends some time discussing with you. Did you want this to be like a, like a big thing? And so, and she sort of pulls out some like metal bands of like various sizes to sort of give you a representation. And sort of one is like sort of 6 inches, 8 inches, 12 inches, stuff like that. Sort of how big were you thinking? Did you want to pick? Did you want any sort of picture or anything like that?
No, just the sort of writing or something like that. Maybe like a sort of leafy, natural sort of thing, and fairly big over the shield as well. So like taking up most of the space on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, so she will also warn you that by going for a more decorative thin metal, it won't add any protection, and if you take some heavy blows, then this thing is potentially going to get scuffed and buffed. So if you're looking for that, if you're looking for a practical shield, then you might have to be sort of, and if you're looking for a decorative shield, then this. But if you're looking for a practical shield, then she will warn you that you're potentially going to have to reinvest in the upkeep of this if you want to keep it looking nice.
You know what? In that case, then I'll just have it like painted on, and every now and again I'll just keep going to places and getting it repainted.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Yeah, no worries. She will recommend a place to you, or she will say to you that she knows of a place that will do stuff like that, and if you leave the shield with her, she'll get it done for you sort of during the day. Because that's where it's a place that she works with that does a lot of the like decorative work. So the way she and Tisalia work is that Tisalia handles like magic and things like that need, and also works out a lot of the sort of mechanics of anything that has like moving parts or anything like that. So if someone wants to, let's say, modify a crossbow, that's Tisalia's realm, and Suli will work on the practical building. And then there are other businesses in the area, like leather workers and stuff, that they will get bits and pieces from. So, for example, if she's making shields, she will get the leather for the straps and things like that. And so she'll say that she knows someone who can do that decorative based on sort of like the information, and she's been like making like little sketches on bits of paper as you've sort of been like talking through designs and stuff. So she says she can, if you come back at the end of the day, that should be like ready for you.
Excellent. Then I'll be back at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, I had nothing else I wanted to do other than buy that thing, but I'll sort that out when it's time.
Okay. We'll sort out, yeah.
Otherwise, to Reshi!
Okay. So you guys all head back up to the castle. Another sort of, it is a fair walk through the city. So Arwen, you are approaching the end of your. By the time you've waited around for Styx to have this in-depth discussion with Suli and go through everything, it takes a little while, and you eventually get to towards the tail end of your disadvantage period. You're still feeling the hangover a little bit, but you're starting towards feeling a little bit more yourself. The food is settled in your stomach from breakfast and things like that. A little bit of activity walking around has got the blood flowing, and you're feeling more yourself. So you get back up to the castle. There is the singular sort of token guard just waves you in. And within, you sort of start making your way through these large halls. and eventually, looking through sort of the corridors you recognise, you find Reshi in the teleportation courtyard again. He's reading quite a large tome. Looks like when you enter, snaps the book and sets it beside you. What is it I can do for you today? Do you wish to see Zinder again? She's still she's back up on Sky. What she did yesterday was well, it wasn't that bad. As someone who knows her better than most, I took quite a lot out of her. But if you need her help, then is there something I can do for you?
Yeah. Reshi, we were wondering, so we overheard that there was with giants and things in the area. I'm wondering if you guys needed any help with that at the minute, or are you good? Because we are to help should there be need of it.
Yes. I'm not sure what happened yesterday. I haven't told Zinder this yet, but the group we sent out, it did not come back. I do not want to have to send another group after them. I hope they would come back, but it was supposed to be a routine. I mean, everything I got from Zinder, it was routine. Just send a small group out, they do what they do, and but if you would, I mean, between you and I, if you just go, if you are willing to go looking for them, then that would be well. I have spoken to Ivan a little bit, and he's told me some of the things you have been up to, and Zinder seems to hold you in some regard as well. She knows things, she sees things. But yes, if you would be willing to go with the next group, then potentially find out what happened. And
Why, of course. Yeah, we could totally do that. Right, guys? But where were they last seen?
Well, they were last seen leaving. But, I don't have anything more than that. I will, if you will meet back here in 1 hour, I will have another group to send with you. They were given the instructions to just sort of head vaguely, head west. The giants want. So the giants are not too difficult to find, generally.
No, they are.
Generally, something like this, they left at first light, and they would be sort of,
Okay.
often we'd hear for them in a few hours later. By the end of the day, they generally have returned, maybe a little battered and bruised, but a run-of-the-mill giant is not too much for a small band to handle.
Okay. We'll sort of follow the footsteps and see where they might have gone wrong or got lost or whatever. And report back to you.
Please.
Cool. Team. Let's go.
Okay. So, if you have no pressing concerns, then we will just skip forward an hour.
I was, never mind.
No, if you've got anything...
I was going to say maybe Neo should stay here, because he's got, like, minuses for a lot of stuff. But Is that like a... So you know how you say he's got like a minus to certain things, like a -3? Is that so like... Like, I'm assuming Neo has a +7 or 8 roll to hit.
Yes.
Does that get like a -5 or 4? Or does that mean that he just has a -3 to hit?
No. So, he rolls... So, it is a... So, the same way you have a plus to hit, it is just a minus.
Right, okay. Okay,
So,
yeah.
It starts at 4, having taken a long rest. It's now at 3. So, if he rolled to attack, then he would...
Oh, he has frozen.
So, for example, he's got a +3 in strength and 3 proficiency, so he's got a +6 to hit. But then that would only be a +3 because of his penalty.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a overall -3.
No, he's
Okay.
not roll. He's rolling with a -3. He's not rolling at -3 to hit.
Cool. Alright, in that case, let's move on.
Okay, so an hour later, whoever wants to attune to the helmet can.
Anyone want to do it? Anyone? Anyone at all? Cool. Tunk.
Okay. So you spend an hour with the helmet sticks. At the end of an hour, you're attuned. Pardon?
Photosynthesis and such. Yes.
So you now have an intelligence of 17. And you, at this point, you can change the appearance of the helmet to be more subtle. If you wish, you can make it any sort of helmet you like. If you want, you can really scale it back so it becomes more of a simple silver circlet or something like that.
Yeah, just sort of like a silver sort of circlet around my head, I guess.
So
I was going to make it.
Didn't want a pretty flower crown.
This thing shrinks in your hands and becomes this decorative, polished silver circlet with all around the edge is a series of sort of vine work and knot work appears, and interwoven into that are what seems to be the magical runes that would make up the enchantment upon this item.
Interesting.
Make a note of whatever your intelligence stat is beforehand, because if ever you become unattuned to this, then you will have to revert back to that.
And pretty easy to remember. Basic. Yeah. Cool. I feel smart.
Okay. So at the end, so about an hour later, around 6 orcs start. You can see. Are you guys waiting at the castle for this?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would see 6 orcs approaching. They seem to come in sort of 2 groups of 3. Yeah, 3 of them have these large sort of kite-shaped shields, a little bit more sort of square, but they have this sort of slight taper to them at the bottom. They're quite large, larger than your average shield would be, and 3 of them have, and they are these. The 3 that are carrying these shields are incredibly broad and muscular. Even for orcs, they are incredibly powerfully built. And then the three that walk beside them are much more slender archers. They will have quivers and bows slung over their shoulders. Rishi comes down and is sort of waiting beside you. He seems to have sent off messages or something like that. And he waves a hand in greeting. And one of these incredibly large orcs sort of steps forward. And they all sort of shake hands in turn, and then one of these slender archers takes the lead and says, "Well, right there. I gather you've lost some people, Rishi. Where are we going?" And sort of looks a little bit abashed. He says, "Valtola, you take the band west. You've got some additional help. They I won't say they are experts in this sort of thing, but they come highly recommended. They came in with Ivan and spoken to Cinder, and she's taken a little bit of an interest in them and things like that. This slender female archer looks, sort of casts her eye over you, giving you all a sort of an appraising look. Well, as long as they don't get in our way and slow us down, then
If anything, you're going to slow us down.
What shit?
We will see. We will see. First, we have to find them. And so, as a group, you all start to head off west. The three larger ones now that the sort of hunt is on. Now the sort of the tracking begins. Sort of drop back a little bit, just sort of chatting amongst themselves. Casually following along. And the others sort of spread out and break off a little bit as you guys head down and away from the castle, and they start picking up a trail and heading out, sort of moving along and scouting things like that. And the lead one sort of drops back a little bit as the two head off and says, sort of pauses and says, "Well, what do you see?" And sort of gestures to the ground, almost inviting sort of Arwen's challenge on. So, if you're so good, what do you reckon?
Am I still at disadvantage?
No, that has finally worn off.
I see everything.
You can make a survival check to.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You with an 8, so you don't really make out much beyond the main path and the direction that they would have been travelling in, which you sort of convey, sort of saying they went that way. It's like, yes, but how many? How long ago?
6. 5 hours. I was just making stuff up.
You see, there were 7 actually, and no, more than 5 hours ago. But you'll pick it
I'll pick you up.
And so the day passes steadily. These three archers are keeping out ahead, scouting the path and things like that. The group behind you is, again, casual and just sort of seems to be bringing up the rear. But as a group, they are moving at a reasonably quick pace. And you don't find yourself struggling to keep up, but you do find yourselves pushed a little bit by the intensity of this group. If you want to try and engage them at all, you're welcome to. Otherwise, just keep moving on.
I think I'd rather move on in this situation, sir.
So, as the day goes on, the sun gets a little higher in the sky, it gets a bit warmer, and then it sort of it reaches zenith and starts to dip again. And the clouds start coming in, and the sun slowly sort of swings round to be slightly more in your eyes as you're heading west in a westerly direction. Zola and her archers are again tracking, and then after a while you spot them ahead of you on the path, they're clustered up and talking intently to one another. Look up as you approach, with sort of worried frowns on their face, and the sort of the jovialness of the three larger orcs behind you sort of seems to drop as they pick up on the change of mood.
Interesting.
There's on the ground the thing they are standing around appears to be what looks like an arm covered in covered in mail and things, and there's a fair amount of dried blood has seeped into the ground.
Some people on this, you should get it sent off. Poor raw mail.
Chain mail.
Oh shit. So it's chain mail. What color is the skin? Is it orc?
The skin is green, yes.
Ah shit. Well, anyone recognize this arm? Oh fuck.
One of the larger orcs sort of slowly reaches down and sort of turns it over. It's an arm that's wrapped up in chainmail and things, and doesn't really have any distinguishing features or anything like that.
Alright. In that case.
So I thought looks over and says, "We need to be careful from here on out. This is sort of wipe the fingers through the blood. This is old, but not too old. This was recent. Although why a giant would do this and then leave? I guess maybe if it was only after food, then an orc would be enough, but why no one else made it back is concerning. Everyone on alert.
I don't know, I feel like if it was out for food, it wouldn't have left a perfectly good arm. Not
Yes.
perfectly, I mean.
You'll find
know? The equivalent of like leaving one really good noodle.
So you guys carry on, and it starts getting a little bit as the cloud rolls in and the sun drops lower in the sky. It starts getting a little bit darker and things. You guys have walked for sort of half a day now. Solo turns to you all and says, "Well, we need to make a decision. Do we press on, or do we turn back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do we?
yeah. Keep pressing on.
Are we going to commit to hunting these things down?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say a tedious yes.
Our mission is to only turn them away and keep them at bay, not necessarily out for blood.
If we can find them and sneak up on them and learn their like numbers, and maybe like do a bit of reconnaissance, learn a bit more about them, and then from that we can go on and figure.
Maybe it's not even giants.
Maybe it's not even giants. Maybe it's something posing like a giant, like
a giant dog.
Yeah, or like a giant man. No, that's just a giant.
You're being hunted by Clifford, the big red dog.
What if it's a troll? A troll is posing as a giant. He's just got stilts on.
Yeah.
Film is giving me fantastic ideas. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah. So long story short,
the sort of heavies sort of chimed in. It's like, well, I know if it was me, I'd want someone to at least come and try and find me, but
yeah.
if something killed me, I'd want vengeance upon that.
Exactly. You got the right idea.
Yes, as I say, our mission is technically only to drive them away, but
yes, but we don't know what we're driving away.
Press on for half a day's more, and
Sounds
if
good.
we cannot find them within a day, we will turn back. If they're more than a day and a half from Angus Fawcett, then it is not something we need to worry about anymore. And so they start setting up camp for the night. There's not a lot to go on. The land around here is pretty open, sort of scrubland and things. So potentially getting any sort of fire going or anything like that is going to be tricky.
Who's got fire hands?
You can...
Oh, yeah, I got control flame. I can just create flames. I can just sort of
Poof.
poof.
Create flame
Done.
is a cantrip, correct?
Is indeed.
So you could make a small fire, but there is a limited amount of things. You couldn't just make a fire because it would go out. You would need to sort of scavenge. You've got to find fire. You could easily light fire if you had firewood. The difficulty is it's potentially challenging in this environment to find enough stuff that has any substance to burn significantly.
I have torches.
You have torches?
Just chuck them in a pile.
I believe I.
Yeah. So a torch
Yeah.
burns for
I mean, I've got 10. I feel like I could throw 5 of them in a pile. Okay, decent sized.
So torches
Fire.
mainly burn sort of because they've been like soaked in oil and rags and stuff. So that would definitely work for keeping a small fire going, depending on sort of how many you wanted to contribute between you.
I have 9, so
I've got 10.
oh,
And both of us have dark vision.
yeah, I'll put in 5.
Yeah, so one of the things
Couple of
Zola will say is, well, that is good. Generally, we try and gather some firewood to keep us warm. You guys are, I don't know if you are as hardy as we are. Naturally, if the cold will be an issue for you.
I'm hard. Come at me.
Yeah, so I'll say sort of combining them and getting sort of enough warmth for the 4 of you to stave off the cold of the night. You will need 3 torches an hour.
How many hours are we sleeping?
And obviously we've got to sleep for a long rest.
Yeah, if you just use torches, it'll be 3 torches an hour.
8. That is.
I have a blanket. I'm not putting that on the fire, obviously, but
Just wanted to point out that you have a blanket.
That's just like part of your like bedroll and stuff like that. So
oh, okay, so that's not going to keep me warm.
it's
Okay.
not gonna like prevent the cold. You guys are sort of, you guys are on an exposed plain, quite far north. You can certainly feel the chill in the air. It's not, it is quite cold this far north. It's not like constant snow cold, but it's,
Can I fall asleep with a cantrip?
no.
It's not concentration. Produce flame isn't concentration. So if I was to just create
Yeah, but once you've
flame in my hand and just
created it, shouldn't it just...
So, tell me about control.
It only lasts 10 minutes, never mind.
Yeah, that was going to be my question.
But once you've lit the thing, it should stay lit. It's not like it produces fire.
Your problem at the moment isn't getting things lit. Your problem is getting enough stuff. Like, you can go looking for firewood and things like that. It's just difficult in this environment. Your torches are certainly going to help and drastically reduce the amount of firewood you need. But if you rely on torches alone, you're going to need quite a lot of them to generate enough to keep you all sufficiently warm through the night.
Alright. Can I make...
Try other... there are, unless you've got anything else you want to try that will sort of help to keep you warm.
Can I make either...
I burn my wooden shield.
Or survival check to go foraging for things?
Yes. Make a survival check. 17. Okay, so while there may not be like trees and stuff like that, there are sort of a few quite thick scrubby bushes that are they're these sort of nasty thorny things, with these very vibrant red berries on them that seem to grow in little clumps out of a very thick sort of trunky base, and then with these sort of more long thin limbs coming off with these like needly like leaves, and then like actual sort of wooden needles on them to sort of prevent them being eaten.
Okay.
But yeah, you can find a decent sort of number of these, and cut a good few of them sort of down and like, or pull them, try and sort of dig them out of the ground a little bit and stuff. Yeah.
Excellent. Sounds good. Yeah.
If anyone would like to be doing.
I don't think so. No, I think I'm good. Other than just gonna collect that stuff, bring it back, and that with the torches. hopefully decent sized fire for the evening.
Yeah. So before bed, essentially Neo will... He sits down and he spends 10 minutes, I believe is the casting time. Yes, 10 minutes casting Find Steed. And when he's done, this powerful black stallion appears.
Good lord.
Like proper sort of warhorse build.
And then Styx got jealous and made his elf appear as well. Like, oh yeah, I haven't seen Elvis in a while.
Yeah. So his reasoning being that the Find Steed summons a sort of incorporeal, well not incorporeal, like a fey sort of spirit animal to some degree.
Yeah. A celestial or something else.
And so they can be used like a regular animal to sort of share body heat and keep warm. But you don't have to worry about sort of the animal suffering from the cold either, because they are magical in nature. Or at least, and they can be sort of dismissed and summoned back again. So sort of...
I will do a similar thing and tuck myself up in the leaves of Elvis.
Oh, when you look like you're thinking, it looks painful.
You're so mean.
I do apologise, that was rude.
My fire child. Is that...
Child is an interesting word for it.
Okay, my fire boy. Is that fire? Like heat fire? Or like just looking like fire?
No, that's
Cuddles with the flame boy.
That's fire, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me find it in the book.
For some reason I can't find it on my thing.
Yeah? So that'll also, the thing about that is it also lasts only for 1 hour.
That's fine.
But you could do something, you could take watch first or something like that, keep it going for 2 hours with both uses of your wild shape and then get a long rest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I can do that.
Yeah?
Because then I get my wild shape back after that, don't I?
You get your wild shape back on the long rest, yeah. Okay. Well,
Yes, I'll go first.
With your torches, the additional firewood, Arwen keeping watch first with her fire spirit, and Styx and Neo summoning steeds to help share body heat, essentially. You guys will make it through the night. Chilly, but, it's like when you wake up in the morning from camping and you're cold, but, you're just cold, and it's fine.
Good.
Like sleeping in a caravan.
Yeah, like sleeping in a caravan.
Yeah, so you guys are confident you'll make it through the night. So Arwen, you're taking first watch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The orcs are keeping their... well, not their own watch, they're keeping a sort of joint watch with you. So roll a perception check for me, with advantage. Okay. You have a relatively peaceful watch. Not a lot happens. It's, you spend a lot of time with your little fire spirits. So they sort of summon over the course of a couple of hours. The orc you're on watch with does seem to get a little bit lost and distracted, sort of following it as it sort of dances around, sort of flitting amongst everyone, keeping warm when it leaves. What form are you summoning it in this time?
A fox.
A fox, right. It sort of scampers around and leaves little like singed footprints all over the place.
Oh, so cute.
The orc comes to an end. Who's next?
I will go next.
Okay, roll a perception check with advantage.
Sit atop Elvis, watch over the land with my beady eyes. Shit. Are you being serious right now? I rolled a 1 and a 2, but I have no modifiers. What did I do? I get distracted playing in my hand, so that's the link for a minute.
So, Arwen, you were on watch with these archers, whereas Styx, you're on watch with one of these one of these sort of grunts, the bigger, tougher heavies as they are. And he takes quite an interest in Elvis. And just starts asking you all sorts of questions about it. What does he eat? Where does he come from? What's his name? And no one in the party has ever taken this much interest in your noble steed. Obviously, they've been curious about your questions, but you have a captured audience here who is like sort of hanging on every single word you're saying, and so you spend 2 hours talking enraptured to this orc, who's just sort of listening to every word you say, and at one point sort of like tentatively like reaches out like very slowly to try and touch him. He's just looking, it, like looks at Elvis and like looks at you and like as the hand gets slowly closer. It's like,
Yeah, Elvis sort of bow its head forward a little bit to
strokes the leafy neck. Your watch passes uneventfully.
I'll just point down and go, photosynthesis.
It's on Styx's word of the day calendar now.
Now he's got word of the day toilet paper.
Oh god. Word of the day leaves.
Pull one from Elvis's back and just...
Oh, Jesus. Just turned side saddle, hanging off, holding onto the antlers.
Sorry, boy. Tonight it's...
Anyway, Clary, would you like to go next? Or would you like to go last?
Go next.
Okay. So roll a perception check with advantage.
That was terrible at perception.
Damn.
Okay. So Clary, you're on watch with Zola herself, actually. You're already sort of having been woken up by Styx, who potentially kept slightly awake by the chatter that went on. And then Zola sort of wakes up and stretches a couple of minutes later, and she starts pacing the camp. There's a little camp you set up, walking around, sort of checking on people. it takes a few minutes to sort of walk a slow perimeter around things, sort of checking the ground for signs of people approaching and stuff like that. And as he's off to one side, you can hear very slight sort of footsteps and the sound of her moving very quietly through the brush. When another sound picks up, and you pick up another slight sound on the wind, there's some sort of very, very faint carried on the breeze. It's almost intermittent, but it is there very faintly. You just hear this slight roaring in the distance, this sort of bellowing and shouting of this enormous voice. And then as you listen, you sort of pick up on, you start to focus in on the sound, and you start to pick out the very slight distinctions and pick out that it's more than one voice.
Like stealth in the direction and see if I can find out more of what's going on.
Yeah, you don't get the sense that this is like close. And this is very, very faint on the breeze. If you were gonna try and get to this thing, you're not sure, whether it's it could be, half a mile, it could be a mile away or something like that. Given if you think you're, after giants after all, so.
In that case, can I wake up Neo? Because he's on watch now. Tell him what's happening. If I try to be on guard, and then try and sneak off and see if I can hear him. Like get closer just to hear it.
Yeah. So you wake Neo up. He starts taking his watch, as it were, and you explain what you're doing. And as you start moving off, Zola just comes in beside you. Very good going. But did you see something?
No, I can hear something. We go.
When you say you can hear something, you sort of quietens down and sort of focuses and listens very intently. And after a moment, which direction? You can direct her to where in the general direction where the noise is coming from, and she gets down quite low to the ground and almost sort of presses her ear to the surface of it. There's something going on. Something is fighting.
Well, that's never good.
But not too close to us. There's something big. This must be them.
We should. Yeah.
Should we wake up the count?
I don't know. No, let them sleep. Everyone will need their rest in the morning. But what you will find, the sons. Normally we deal with ones, sometimes twos. This sounds like more than that. Maybe. Giants are not social creatures. They have clans, but often they prefer solitary. A lot of the time. The clans themselves, what little we know of them, are sporadic and they range at a direct that moves quickly. They can range far and wide, but the clans themselves tend to be fine. But, when the different species interact, that's when it tends to go down.
Would I have any like rough idea at least how far away this noise is?
It's certainly a long way. It's like right. It's still. It's a very faint noise. That you just picked up on. But yeah, you don't think it's close, and it certainly doesn't sound like it's a threat or an imminent danger to where you guys are at this point in time. It's just these sounds being carried a long way over this fairly open plain. There's slight sort of undulations and not even like hills, but just like ups and downs in the earth. It's not perfectly smooth, but so it does create a little bit of a close horizon for you. But you don't feel like it's close enough to be a threat to you.
Okay, so can I sound one of my alarms in like the direction I can hear it?
Yeah. So
It decides.
Yeah. So describe it. So alarm. That's the alarm spell. Yes.
Alice, yeah.
Okay. So, or an area within range that is no larger than a 20-foot cube. Yeah? Yeah, you can set it up as this sort of... Are you going to set it up, sort of close, or are you going to try and sort of guess and sort of spread it out a little bit so it's further away?
Like bring that close to the camp.
Yeah. Do you want to try and set this up quite close to camp? Sort of like you can do a 20-foot cube. Do you want to like surround some of you? You won't get everyone in a 20-foot cube, but you can get like the 4 of you guys for the most part. Or you can sort of like try and set it up a little ways out to try and get a ping off anything that would potentially.
There'll be more of them.
Okay, but I don't want to use it all myself. So I was going to put it, like further away from the camp in the direction we're from. So that way, if it heads this way, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so you set up the alarm. As well as watches you doing, and as you explain what you're doing, you're setting up an alarm. Nods and slight frown on her face. Okay. You keep watch over the camp for a minute for a time rather than just scout out a larger perimeter.
So I'm making it an audible one as well, so it won't make a noise.
Yeah. And so you set up his alarm, you head back to camp, and Neo gets a little bit more sleep before his watch as you come back, and then about 10 minutes after you return to the camp, as Laura returns. I did a brief see any signs of anything coming within sort of 100 yards of us. So, nothing seems to know we're here for now. And you can finish your watch. Neil will take his watch. Not doing too badly. And then you will wake up the next morning. You can take a long rest and fill in any spell slots or abilities you've used.
Would that fill in the spell slot I just used halfway through the long rest?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, because it's not alarm is not like a big combative spell or anything like that. You know, it's just a small alarm. You don't have to conjure massive fireballs or call lightning or anything like that.
Also, not concentration, so you can just stick them down, friggin' everywhere.
Definitely. Moved in that temple, I'd get
Good
a
point.
little ping. Like, oh, something's happened
It
down
doesn't
there.
last 8 hours.
Oh, damn.
So unfortunately, the one in the temple is not active anymore.
That's kind of broke though. Like imagine, like you have a home base and just sort of stick it there.
You also have to be within 1 mile of it, as it says in the spell's description.
Oh.
That makes it a bit quite annoying if you have a long going around somewhere.
Oh god.
Ring your head.
So you wake up the next day, knock off a ration.
Rash. And we can keep.
So, but yeah, you carry on the next day. After you sort of break camp, before you set out, Zola sort of gathers everyone, has a few words. You're getting close. Clearly, was it spotted? Well, heard something. It sounded like some fight or something going on. So we should be careful what we're walking into. It sounded as though there were more than one of them. And you start making your way. Everyone just sort of just to see how it goes as you're looking at. Everyone just make a basic survival check.
So good. So good.
And he's down to a -2 on his punishment. So you guys all, as you're following these orcs, you guys all start to pick up on the signs and the trails and things like that. You can start spotting the heavier footprints of these giants. The ground seems to be a little bit softer, and as you push through sort of the early morning frost on the ground, it starts to dissipate as the sun rises and it's softer underfoot. Softer soil being more inclined to take large these large feet indentations of the giants. As the morning wears on, everyone sort of settles into a steady rhythm. The heavies again take up their position at the back, but they have a much more serious tone. They're not sort of laughing and joking like they were before. They seem intent. Sort of covering as a rear guard. And after an hour or so, you find the source of the previous night's disturbance. The body of a single giant lies on the ground, and an enormous amount of blood surrounds this thing. The source immediately obvious, as it is missing a head.
Oh. That is quite important.
What kind of giant is it? Just a normal one, or nature? I suck at nature.
You haven't encountered many giants in your time, so you can't really tell this one apart from any of the others, especially without a head.
Cool. It was big, guys.
It does have this sort of pale, more humanoid skin, though, rather than sort of, rather than these sort of stony or bluish colours of some of the larger giants. So, smaller by giant standards.
Okay. Smaller by giant standards. Could I also make a nature check with my new helmet?
Yeah, you can make a nature check to try and determine what sort of giant this is.
That's Clary. Don't listen to that. Oh, Clary. That's...
I was going to say you could take the 16 because your modifier is still the same, but no, by all means. A 20. This is a hill giant.
Now. Hill giant.
What's the one that you made friends with?
Oh. That was a storm giant.
Ah.
Dem's big bad motherfuckers. They will fuck you up and stuff. Hill giants, they're like the really dumb younger brother that, you know, they're both playing on a video game. And the storm giant's got the controller, which is plugged in, and playing. Hill giant's like that little younger brother who thinks he's playing with a not plugged in controller. And he thinks he's doing stuff, but he's not.
Good analogy. I like it.
Yeah, this giant is not... doesn't seem to have much on them. They just have a fairly basic sort of loincloth and things like that. And fairly simple sort of leather shoes, but they don't seem to have anything else on them. That you can
Keep to the head end.
If you want to investigate, then by all means.
I don't want to investigate.
I do. I do, because it's internal.
You're investigating what he's wearing.
Which is working like a goddamn charm, by the way.
21, okay. So, unfortunately there's not really much to find. He's indeed missing his head, but investigating around that, you can kind of carefully sort of stepping through this large pool of blood. You can kind of identify a big sort of, the wound in the neck, as it were, is sort of tattered and ragged, as if this was physically ripped off.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, it's got to be a bigger giant then.
There's a bigger one. Shit. Well, guys.
Maybe it's your friend. That wasn't really your friend, but you know.
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna be honest.
He liked ripping. Wait, he ripped someone's arm off, didn't he?
He did rip someone's arm off.
He killed a few.
Yeah, he fought a couple of giants, and he absolutely kicked their ass. And then I gave him a lot of healing. And he didn't.
Yeah.
So... could be him. I guess we'll find out in a minute. Or, later down the road. Mm-hmm. It's something bigger and badder than a hill giant that's roaming around this area. Which is not fun.
Yeah, so I will sort of say further, we could, there is one dead giant, but if everyone is agreeable, I would not mind pushing on just to find out what is going on here, but we could return mission accomplished if people do not wish to risk any more. We're about a day out from Engistwasser. If we would get back tomorrow, could report in one giant dead and move on.
I feel like this is probably a thing that's got to be taken care of. Otherwise, it's a pretty big and bad thing. It could come back. Could not, but it could. Problem.
Agreed.
Okay, so you all collectively agree to push on, following these tracks. Everyone sort of stays the group stays much tighter together. The archers and the rangers don't feel the need to push out and scout as much. The groups will form up into a relatively sort of tight-knit group, keeping focus on things. So following the course of these tracks, if anyone has anything they'd like to do to maybe aid in some way, then you can. Otherwise, you just slowly keep following these tracks until you find what you find.
Is there anything I can do?
You don't necessarily have to do anything. I just want to offer you guys the opportunity in case.
I will cast guidance on the person doing all the sort of moving about, the thinging to help us get there a bit quicker. Be helpful.
So you guys are moving, and then still moving at this sort of reasonably brisk pace, and then at one point, Zoe and the lead just sort of raises their hand and gets everyone to stop. And just sort of, shh. And as everyone quiets down and stops moving, and armor stops clinking and things like that, just this slow. Echoes out, and you can just hear the heavy, slow footfalls. So of course, everyone, quiet now. We must move quietly. So can everyone make a stealth check for me?
Stealth. Oh, 16, not bad.
Still shit.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, what did everyone get? 14, 16, 19, and Neo gets a 1.
Oh,
He
dear.
got 1.
He got 1 overall, yeah, because he got a 2 plus 1 minus 2.
I am proud of my friends. No.
Anyway, so as you guys move quite quickly for sort of 10-15 minutes, and ahead of you spot the silhouette of this giant. And as you get a bit closer, a few sort of feet ahead of him, you spot a second one. And they seem to be sort of lumbering along together at an amiable pace. And then as you get within around a couple of 100 feet of them, and they cross this small stream. And as they do so, one of them sort of steps in the water and steps across, and then the one slightly leading turns to look back at the other one, and they spot all of you. Gives gives a roaring shout and points in your direction. And we shall roll some initiative.
We're fighting. We're fighting. That's what we're doing here. So where are we? Oh, I know what giants they
Right.
Oh, God.
Pen. Where's my pen gone? There's my pen.
Oh, no, there's
Oh my food.
Arwen, can you handle Neo? Or can someone handle Neo, please? Arwen, either you or Sticks or Clary, whoever.
Have you rolled Neo's initiative?
No, if you do that one as well.
How badly did he do? It said Arwen, but it's not. It's Neo.
That's
The 3 is Neo.
okay. So they've got See, I thought I'd be really clever and fit everything on one page, but I fit it on upside down and it's just a nightmare. Just to get it to fit on, I turned the piece of paper around in the printer, but it just made it printed upside down compared to the other thing. It's a real mistake. So they've come out with 12. Okay. So we've got Arwen.
Oh God, am I first?
Then we've got
I need to look at his spells. What does he do? Right speed. Ooh.
okay. So we have Arwen first in initiative. Arwen, what would you like to do?
I'm going to shoot. Kapow! Maybe not.
10 does not hit.
Let me have another go.
A 27, however, will.
I do have I do have Hunter's Mark on as well.
Which I'll allow it this time. However, in future.
I took it off my my spell slots a minute ago. Sorry, and I forgot to say it out loud.
Okay. Well,
I mean, we're going on anyway,
well, yeah,
regardless.
which one is it on?
Blue.
Blue. He will be hunted by the mark. And Arwen is concentrating. Okay, so that is
16.
16 damage
Hmm?
to Blue. Okay. I realise I forgot to put the enemies in the initiative, so
good.
go me. Yeah, 1 second. Just while I write this out in the right order.
This grid is hard.
Grid. We both think.
Oh yes, sorry about that. So next up
Oh.
is these shieldy boys.
Shieldy boy.
They all sort of lock shields and move together forwards as a unit and move up.
What the heck?
Up to the water's edge here. Shields all like bring them round where they've sort of been carrying up the sides, bring them up and lock them all together, just sort of moving forwards as a unit. Next is this blue one. So the blue giant, having sort of recoiling after sort of taking this arrow in the shoulder, reaches down and scoops up a rock from the ground. 240-foot range. It'll definitely hit. Arwen is definitely in range. They try to target at Arwen. That's a 2 low. It's a disadvantage because of the rock. So this huge rock just comes sort of sailing over the top of your head, Arwen. Just launched out of frustration.
Well, that was rude.
Big sort of chest-sized boulder.
My chest or his chest?
Your chest.
Oh.
35, just to the water's edge. Just to the water's edge there. And it is Styx's turn.
Styx's turn. Right. Styx is gonna move. Oh, it's gotten close. I enjoy this. Styx is gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And Styx is going to... I had my elk up.
Yeah.
I haven't put it in the thing. I don't have a token for it. That's fine.
I need to get a token for that.
No, it's my bad. I should send you over one. But essentially, I'm on it.
Yeah.
I swear there was a token we used for my elk on the ship.
Yeah, I just grabbed a token for that. I just grabbed the general.
I see.
Like, I think it's just like a general deer token.
I see. But if I'm on it, I get its speed.
Yes.
30, 35, 40, 45, 50? May have been a mistake. But I love mistakes. Oh, this may have been really stupid because if the I have to command as my action the elk to dash, or is that my bonus action, or is that a free action?
Let me have a quick look at fire speed. There's a mounted combat. An instinctual bond that allows you to fight as a seamless unit. While mounted on your steed, you can make any spell you cast that targets only you. Also target your steed. When the steed drops to 0 hit points, it disappears. Dismiss a steed anytime. Okay, so that's hold on, let me... We'll get to grips with this as it happens more, but let me just look up mounted combat real fast.
Yeah, I know mounted combat is a really weird thing, because like, if the beast isn't trained for war, then it's very different. And if you're not like, I don't know how.
Oh, God. Instead of saying see under combat, can't you just tell me which page the combat thing is on? Stupid. It takes longer to say see under combat than it would just be to say page whatever. Combat mounted 100. So you have two options. You can either control your mount or allow it to act independently. Control your mount only been trained to exception rider. Yours definitely has. The initiative count of control mount changes to match yours when you mount it. It moves as you direct it and only has 3 options: dash, disengage, and dodge. Control mount can move and act on the turn that you mount it. Okay, so because it is a controlled mount, you get its movement speed. If you want to dash, you would still have to use your action to dash.
Okay, cool. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. In which case, I'm going to... Oh, that slightly changes things. I'm gonna... Because I'm just sort of out of range of it, I'm gonna throw fire at it.
Okay.
Because... Fuck it. Yeah, I feel like trying to command it. Oh, actually, no. I could command it. Yeah, I'm gonna cast command on it. And I'm going to command it to drop, hold and flee.
It's failed the save.
I'm gonna say grovel. Target falls prone and turn. So on its turn, it falls prone, and that's it.
Okay.
There we go.
It will take that action on its next turn.
Fan goddamn.
Okay. The ranged orcs are up next. So they are going to move off to the side a little bit. Okay, 10, 15, 20. They can move all over to here. And they will take a shot. And they are going to make a focused shot. Which unfortunately doesn't hit. So they spend a little time and they focus trying to target sort of the weak points on this giant. And the extra time they spend, they just sort of overpull their bows very slightly as they're preparing to shoot. And the giant sort of sees them lining up, and as they fire, it has time to duck out of the way. It's unfortunately their turn. So we next go to Clary.
Okay. It's like plant life and stuff we can see. Is that stuff we can walk through, or we have to?
Yeah, this is all like, all like represents sort of like grasses and things like that. Cover this sort of, this like the plains of this terrain. So yeah, it's the water would be difficult terrain, but other than that, so crossing the stream would be difficult terrain, or you can make like an athletics check to jump it, or an acrobatics check potentially when you get to that.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything.
It's so fuckery. I can't walk up to you guys. Come on. 15, 20, 25.
If you're there trying to attack anything you're trying to attack at the moment, will get a little bit of cover because of these large orcs in front of you.
That's right, I was going to use my dash to get further. I'm just deciding where to go.
Okay, no worries.
I don't want to get too close because it's a big crazy. I'm going to... Well, 15. This is dash as a bonus action, by the way.
Yeah.
25. There. And I don't know if I did the firework from this round.
I didn't throw fire at it in the end. I shouted, told it to ground. Get on the ground!
I'm gonna throw fire at it.
Okay, roll to hit. $22, that definitely hits. 19 fire damage. Wow, that's...
Oh, I didn't know that was possible.
That's a 10 and a 9.
Damn, son.
Wait, no, you're on... Yeah, 2d10. Yeah, that's... Oh my god, that's one off max damage.
29 damage, okay. Kavran dashes in, conjuring the magic in her hands and tosses out this quite large bolt of fire in the end, which crashes into the chest and is leaving sort of scorched and blackened marks all over its grey, stony skin as it takes 19 points of fire damage. It doesn't seem to react in the way you're expecting. It doesn't seem to sort of roar in pain or anything like that. This spell of sticks seems to have got its mind under control for a little bit, and it seems a little bit out of it. Because you'd expect something that took sort of 19 fire damage to really roar about that. Is that everything on your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the other giant's turn. It's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, and use its action to dash to get to sticks. Just out of range. And then it is Neo's turn.
Right. There, I think.
Okay.
And then he's going to use his crossbow because he can't actually get to anything else yet.
That is a 12.
That is Neo's, I just... He is going to sit on the ground and cry. Wait, is he at disadvantage? Wait, what does...
He's also at -2 attack roll, so that is a...
-2. So it's actually 10.
So it's actually 10, yes.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. Cool.
Is that everything?
Yeah, yes, I guess.
Okay.
I don't really know what you can do. I'm still kind of reading.
And we're back to you, Arwen.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh, Lord.
To chime in with helpful things you'd like Neo to do, potentially.
Alrighty.
You know, if and when it comes around,
So
we
is-
can all.
Is it Neo's go or is it Owen's go?
No,
Oh,
it's Arwen's
Neo's
go.
go.
I'm just saying, you know, Ben as a paladin, you have a slightly better sense. So, but you all feel free to, if one of you has a particular idea you want him to try because you've got something you want to try and combo with it or something like that, then feel free to chime in.
Cool.
I'm gonna put. Why? Hold on. Yeah, no. I'm gonna put fairy fire on this red dude.
Is fairy fire a concentration spell?
Don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it's just up for a certain amount of rounds.
It's for 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you cast fairy fire.
Woo! Fire. There you go.
Sure, that's not going to be inconvenient if it tries to move.
Nope. It has to stay there now.
Okay, so you cast fairy fire as an action.
Mhm.
And is there a save against fairy fire?
Is
Or does it just happen?
there's a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
Oh, that was so nearly a 16, but it just rolled back to a 3. So fairy fire sticks. You cast fairy fire, and this one is glowing in this luminous fairy light.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Is that everything on your turn, Owen?
Yes. I believe it is.
Okay. So the shield orcs go next. They're going to rush in and make an attack. +5, that'll hit. And they roll. So they're wielding these sort of short-handled axes, and they deal 16 damage. Sorry, can you remind me of the effects of fairy fire again, please?
Yes. Any attack roll an affected creature. You have advantage, basically.
Yeah.
So everyone
Yeah.
has
You get advantage on anyone
Yeah.
Okay.
within the circle. No, the circle is as big as that.
And the giant can't be invisible. So yeah, everyone gets advantage on attacking the red one.
Fairy fire is concentration.
Is it?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since always.
Since why is it not on my sheet?
Since your sheet is bad. Where's your sheet? Yes. Okay, well, yeah, fairy fire is concentration, so
It's sad.
so you can only have that or what's the word? or Hunter's
Hunter's
Mark.
Mark. Okay.
So pick one.
Goodbye, pretty blue thing.
Okay.
Well, I can't get rid of it. Oh lord, I've just drawn a square.
Okay. You can. I will allow you to keep Hunter's Mark. What have you done?
I've drawn everywhere.
What have you done?
I've made a mess.
To my nightmare. So you can keep the spell slot you cast Fairy Fire with as well. But
Okay, thank you.
You're still going to miss. You're still effectively going to have had your go.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you can keep the spell.
That's cool.
So yeah, they make an attack roll. They've dealt some damage, and then they're gonna move. That's the wrong way. They're gonna move around here and they start sort of banging on their shields, trying to draw the focus of the red giant. That's gonna be the end of their turn. On the blue giant's turn, it falls to its knees, groveling on the ground. It is technically prone, and then I believe it has to end its turn after that.
It ends its turn after that.
Okay, so this the blue giant is now prone, sort of on the floor. The red one sort of turns its head around, looking confused at it, like what's it doing? But that is everything it does on its turn. Sticks. It is now your turn.
I'm getting off the... Actually, no. Okay. So if I wanted the elk to disengage, I need to use my action to tell it to disengage.
Yes. While you're mounted, things like dash and disengage are your actions.
And if I was to just sort of pop off the elk backwards, out of that's an attack of opportunity.
I would say yes, as it would certainly be difficult for you to move in such a way as to avoid getting hit. However, yes, these giants have certainly quite the reach on them, so just moving back 5 feet from where you are wouldn't be leaving their threatened range.
Alright. So here's what I'm going to do. Seeing as this thing is lying down, I'm going to take advantage of its stupid positioning. I'm going to move there, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to also move there. I'm assuming this gives me advantage on an attack against red.
Yes, you would have flanking.
Excellent. So flanking with advantage.
Yeah.
Rolled a hit against red.
26.
Skadoosh. One-handed.
Sure.
9.
Okay.
And then that one is against red again.
A 16 unfortunately doesn't hit.
Fantastic.
You strike it from behind, its attention focused, and it turns around and sort of sweeps this massive club down at you, forcing you to back off, so your second strike just goes wide as you're backstepping.
And now I would like to take a page out of everyone else's book, pull out my bone dagger, turn around, leap off of poor Elvis,
Yeah.
and land on top of the prone giant.
Okay.
And doing so, make an attack roll with the dagger.
I can't remember if you can do that.
Or, okay, or at the very least, just jump on its
I'm
back.
just slightly hazy on the rules of 2-weapon fighting at the moment. 2-weapon, 195. When you make an attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand. Yes, so because you're using a longsword, you can't make a bonus action offhand attack.
Oh, because... okay.
You need to have the 2-weapon master feat, I think, if you want to make an offhand attack while using a longsword.
Oh, right, okay.
And then it is the fighting style 2-weapon fighting that allows you to add your strength or your strength modifier to the damage rolls of those offhand attacks.
I see. Okay. In which case, yeah, I'm in that case. Yeah, in that case, I'm gonna just jump then back onto the onto the prone giant's back and crawl up wherever his sort of shoulder would be. Like, is he on his front, like on his belly on the floor, or is he on his back on the floor?
I will say he's on his front because that would be more sort of like bowing and groveling. Would be, head down, face forwards.
Cool. In which case, yeah, I'm gonna move up to whichever side you think his shoulder, sort of back of his neck, shoulder would be.
Okay.
So that when he stands up, I'm on his shoulder.
Okay.
Basically, whack him in the head. Is my plan.
Okay. Is that everything on your turn, Sticks?
I like to think that it is, JJ. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So the the Rangers are going next. They're just going to take a regular shot. That's going to be an 11 to hit. They are not doing very well. So they fire at blue. Maybe try not to hit Sticks. They aim a little bit to the other side and overcompensate. And their arrows just sort of fly past you, Sticks, unharmed. Clary.
I'm not dead.
Yet.
Yet. I don't like that yet.
I mean, you know where you are.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Clary, what would you like to do?
Clary would like to try and jump the river.
Yeah?
Is that as an action or as a movement?
No, it's just part of your movement. It's difficult terrain to get through it. So you can just move through it, or you can try and jump it. And not lose any movement to the difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain's just like it uses twice the movement, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In that case, I'm just going to do that because I don't need. So, used 5. I got 40. So it would be 20 to get to the river.
So that's 5 to get into the river, 10, 15 to get to that square. Yeah.
Then wait, so am I able to move up another one?
Yeah, you've only used 15 feet of movement to get to there, and then that's 20 feet. Because getting into the river is not difficult terrain, it's just moving through it. So it's 5 into the river, 10, 15 to move 1 square in the river, 20 to get onto dry land on the other side.
I see. Easy. I'm assuming since 6 is physically on the giant, I would get my sneak back now.
You would, yes. You have an ally within 5 feet.
Does that count as flanking?
I think you already have advantage anyway because it's prone, so you don't need to worry about flanking.
Cool.
As it's still prone, then you would technically get flanking from, or potentially be able to get flanking from Sticks.
Yeah.
He's on it. If he remains on it, we'll see.
Carrie's going.
That we certainly will.
Gonna like get out both of your build. Where had I?
Yeah, 21 will hit.
Oh! 4d6, that's not fucking...
Well, damn.
Damn, Clary is not messing about.
4d6,
So that's 24 damage.
4.
And then she's gonna use
Technically did max damage on sneak attack.
a bonus action to dual wield with the other.
Okay, so yeah, this you roll to hit like normal.
Yeah.
That's a crit.
Jesus Christ.
At that point about the bad 100 D100 rolls was What do I do now?
So you roll damage like normal, and so but you roll damage twice because it's a crit, or you can roll damage and double it. It's up to you. People do it different ways, and
Does it still take off my? Is it the modifier because it's an offhand
yes,
attack?
you don't get your modifier because it's an offhand attack, but because it's a crit,
You do it automatically.
Which is 4.
So that's 4 plus 1.
Is that roll twice?
then-
not 4 because you don't get your modifier for that.
Yeah.
So,
That's actually
So
2
two.
damage.
Okay.
but yeah, which is
Is it-
very
It's a critical hit of 2 damage.
yes.
Wait, so is that the double damage? Do I do it again?
No, that is the double damage. Yeah, critical hit is obviously, so 1d4 plus another. Yeah, so that is roll plus
That has rolled twice. It's unfortunately screwed you by rolling 2 1s,
and 1d4.
Oh, I see. Oh, no.
and then you take off 3 because you don't get your dex modifier on the offhand attack.
That makes sense.
That's kind of sad.
That is a bit sad.
So Clary runs in with this focus strike, stabs into this prone figure of this giant, dealing a massive 24 damage, and then targeting its weak spot deals 2. However, roll a d8 for me.
Definitely dealt that 2 damage.
A 7. However, with
Also
this
attack.
second dagger
Ow!
you have
That's gonna
inflicted a wound upon the target takes 1d4 damage at the start of their turn until they regain health or use an action to complete a DC 10 medicine check. So there's now this bleeding wound on this blue giant that will deal slight damage to them every turn. I'll do it up a little. That's similar one.
Well, I think that's everything on my turn.
Okay. Clary, it is now the red giant's turn. It is going to make 2 club attacks. One against the orcs.
Yeah.
One against sticks. It's a natural 1 to hit sticks. And
I'm never gonna die!
a 26 to hit the orcs. So that deals fucking hell. It's gone. Where are my dice? There it is. Fucking hell, that does 20 damage to the shields, because they take a hefty, like, whack, although they try and collectively like link their shields and block this blow. And the damage comes in, sort of shatters across the shields, and they're sort of all just pushed back, stumbling for a moment. That is its turn. We go back to Neo.
Did anyone else want to do anything for Neo?
Let's have a look and see where he is, what he's doing, how he's. He's way back there. Jesus.
Yeah, he can't walk very fast.
No, he cannot. Is he within 30 feet?
He's got a 30-foot move.
He can get to here.
He can get to here or here.
Oh, here. He's not quite
Oh shit, he's not.
there yet.
He'd be 5 foot short of melee range.
Yeah.
Let's walk him up. Or at least I would say, because we've dealt a fair bit of damage to the blue one, probably better if we all sort of like try and tackle one and then try and tackle the other.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say
the blue one is currently still prone.
25. He can get to here, and then obviously get in the water. It's difficult terrain. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is it difficult terrain to get in the water?
No,
or is
it's
it
difficult terrain to get into the water.
cool?
So we can just stand there,
Yeah,
splash about.
you can stand there, splash about, and whack.
Great automatic.
It is. That is quite cool. It's quite handy. And I guess he'll take a swing. It's a. Do glaives have reach?
Yes.
Yes. Crap. Can I slightly do that because I didn't know that and say he stands here instead?
Yeah.
Thank you. And wham.
He has advantage because it's prone. But that
Oh.
18 does hit. Just yeah, that's fine. Just check for a crit. 9 slashing damage.
And another one of those. Shit, Neo. You had one job, my dude.
He's still got
Wait,
he's got
do it
advantage
again.
because it's prone.
Oh, yes.
Also, actually, it's a good thing you had an advantage.
Yeah.
I've just remembered he's got a -2, so the first one would have been a 16, not an 18.
Aha.
So both of those are actually, in fact, 8. But he does take 9 damage from his first attack.
Yes, it does.
This giant is
He's
looking
But never mind.
less than ideal. Okay, that brings us to the end of the round. Is everyone happy to try and put in one more combat round?
Yeah. I'm happy to do one more round. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do one more round then. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Which
Yep,
one are you
next.
aiming at?
the blue one.
So you should technically have disadvantage to hit because it's prone.
Well, then that's the first attack.
So that makes that the first attack because you have disadvantage to hit a prone creature with a ranged attack.
Oh.
So if you're still aiming for the blue one,
Yes, I'm still
20
aiming
with
for the blue one.
disadvantage will hit.
Sploosh. Oh, and then
Piercing damage.
sploosh and sploosh.
So 19. Even against
Cool.
the
Yay.
prone figure, this arrow finding its mark comfortably, lodging into this open wound almost, targeting the weak spots. Anything else on this turn?
Nah, I'm good there.
Okay. The shields are going to go. They're going to make another attack. 11 plus 5. 16, I think. Which doesn't
Yes.
hit, unfortunately. These axes sort of chopping down, but it's almost like they're having been staggered back, they're a little bit dazed, and they can't quite bring themselves together to attack as a unit, and the giant sort of fends them off. Blue giant. Blue giant is going to stand up. Sticks, can you make an athletics check for me? Just to not fall off as it stands up.
Oh fuck. Don't do me dirty.
So, you managed, as it stands up, you don't fall off. However, it is going to try and use one of its attacks to grab you. So, this will be another check, which is opposed. This is being opposed athletics check.
I'm opposing a giant. Oh, 22, that's not bad though.
It rolled a 7 and has a plus 12 to athletics.
I still beat a giant.
So, as it tries to stand up, it tries to sort of grab you, and you manage to push its giant fist, like as it's trying to its hand is trying to grab you almost like King Kong style. You manage to just sort of use your hand to push it to the side, and it just sort of slides off its own shoulder. So it's just gonna try again, I think, because it doesn't like you on it. So
bad one. Never mind. Pretty good. It's the wrong less than 11.
It rolled a 2. So this time it just sort of like a dog when it's got covered in water, it just sort of tries to shake itself, but you've got you've just dug your fingers in and you're wrapped around this sort of shoulder band it's got over its this strip of leather or something, and even as it shakes and thrashes, it can't shake you off, Sticks. You are successfully clinging to this giant. Oh, and it also takes a d4 of damage on its turn. 3 for the bleeding from Clary. Which brings us to Styx' turn.
Okay. I'm not a dark guy. Styx isn't particularly dark, but he does want this giant not here. So I'm sort of on its shoulder. No matter what way I put it, it just seems very dark. I'm just going to start hacking at it. Just sort of hacking at his neck, I guess. Because what the fuck not? Oh no. Okay. Hold on. Bonus action. Wrathful Smite.
Okay.
Because I'm on its shoulder, I figure that if it's afraid of me, that won't be good for it if I'm on its shoulder. That probably won't be good for me either, but there we go. So yeah, bonus action. Wrathful Smite. Sword of Fear.
21 will hit.
It's two-handed.
I'm going to say you can only use one hand because you're holding on with the other one.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Alright, that's one-handed. 7 damage plus Wrathful Smite. It needs to make a DC 15 Wisdom save.
That's a natural 19.
Natural 19. Okay, cool. So it doesn't take any damage or anything. I think the spell just fails.
It doesn't take any damage?
No, it takes the 5 psychic damage.
Yeah.
But it's not afraid of me.
Okay, so take 12 damage total.
No, it doesn't. Because it also takes 12 radiant damage.
Oh, okay.
So that's 2 spell slots I need to get rid of. And then
Sticks.
I'm gonna hit
Sticks.
again.
Sticks. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh dear lord.
16.
Dex
Okay. So you only take 1 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground, because the giant also hits the ground. Sticks just pummeling it in the side of the head, and this thing just eyes sort of slowly roll back, its arms go limp, and it just teeters for a moment, and then topples backwards.
Oh,
That 12
fuck
was
yeah.
exactly the damage you needed. So everything, so the bleeding from Clary, the crit from Clary that even though only rolled an extra 1 damage was enough.
Oh, fuck yeah. Cool. In which case, am I prone? Am I not prone?
No, you
Let's
take
do it.
1 bludgeoning damage and you're standing on your feet, you're fine.
Cool.
You can
In which
move.
case, I and I guess just roll to hit again. I mean,
Yeah?
I guess, these
You
guys
get
do want them
advantage
gone.
from
Tennis, they've been,
positioning.
yeah, and we saw they like ripped the arm off a dude. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of them right now. So there we
Unfortunately,
go.
13 will not hit.
Bastard.
So maybe
Oh,
still a little bit sort of shaken in the knees as this thing has crashed to the ground. It's almost more of a, while you're a little bit unsteady, it's more of a defensive strike to try and keep it away from you.
damn. Fair enough.
And then it is the bow's turn. They are going to move up a little bit, and they are going to use their action to give an inspiring call, use their inspiring voice. So, shouting words of encouragement, they are going to grant. They're going to grant Arwen advantage on her next attack, being the similarly minded ranger, and also Sticks and has advantage anyway because they know about tactics and flanking.
How's this other giant looking? Is he like?
This giant's pretty healthy. The majority of your damage was focused on the blue one, so this one is looking alright.
Can I like travel across the dead body of this giant, or would I have to like?
Yeah, you can sort of scramble over it. Just make a quick acrobatics check or athletics check, just don't biff it, basically.
See.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Yeah, it's just in case you rolled really low and sort of tripped or something. No, but at 22, Clary cartwheels over this dead body, coming up swinging. Hi, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What do you? If I was stood here, would that be like a flank?
No.
So if I was here.
No, you need to be directly opposite a creature.
Yeah. Orcs.
No,
Not
you mean
Callum.
like you need to be up.
No, you only get flanking in melee range. Flanking is the only thing you get on melee attacks, and you have to have a direct line across. So, for
Well,
example,
yeah.
Oh, that's literally right opposite me. I'm really confused. These guys. Is that... I can't click on them.
on my screen,
Hold.
Clary is up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then these guys are here. Does that not count?
And the guy is here.
What?
They're not there on our screen.
On my screen, Clary is like 10 feet
Well, that
away
won't
from. Hold on.
Yeah, same.
Hold on, we've refreshed,
Yeah, I think maybe we're behind a bit.
and it has sent me into the wrong game.
Let's
Log
see that
shan't-
picture real quick, Ben, so you can just see what I see.
Do you see what I see? Oh right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That, I know.
Yeah,
I see
so
what
on my screen, Clary is not within melee range herself of.
Right. I was really confused.
She's swinging
I
at
was
the
like,
wind.
Yeah. Well, that explains the confusion.
It's a lot of.
Cool, I'll go back to where I was next to 6.
I don't know how you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Oh, also Abby's gone.
Okay, I'll go back there.
Oh dear.
Ah.
She's dropped from the call. Oh, she's back again.
No, sorry.
Believe I see what you see now. If I'm here where I was before I moved,
Yeah.
that would be a flank.
Yes.
Cool.
I mean, I think technically rules as written, technically no, but I'm going to say yes because otherwise it would be ridiculous that you didn't get a flank off that.
Yeah.
There's technically more than one.
It depends if you rule it. It depends if you rule it that, you know, if she would have.
I think flanking only exists. Whoops, that one's terrible.
Yeah.
But flanking technically only exists in straight lines across. So you get it from any other, and on the 2, that's rubbish, and on the 2 diagonals as well, like that. But
Yeah.
from, I think, rules as written, where Clary is and where the orcs are, you technically don't get it. However, I'm going to say you do, because if you didn't get it from that position, it would be ridiculous. I've deleted the wrong thing.
Good job, guys! Good job, Clary. You confused it into death.
So he's just like glitching around it, but he can't like.
Where is my stone giant token? There it is. Oh, and that's tiny. Excellent.
Do I look scary in the dark?
Glitches.
Yes. So yeah, I'm going to say you definitely get flanking there, even because if you didn't, it would be ridiculous.
Thank you. He'll whip out the daggers. But see how. I've lost the man. Ding.
21. That will hit. Seven damage. Oh, the duality. So 15 damage total.
Oh, wait, no. 4d6, and you got 8
I got
down.
2, 2, 2, 2.
It's all two.
Oh, that's sad.
We'll pray that your will does better than last time. It's not even gonna hit, was it?
No, unfortunately, 16 does not hit the second attack before because once is sort of harmlessly off this hard stone skin.
Oh, I don't know how much movement. Well, what I was over here, so.
You, I believe, you were hit.
Yeah.
So I think you only used 20 feet to get to that position.
In that case, can I use disengage as my bonus action?
Yeah.
Just go. Right. Oh yeah, no chill there.
Okay. So it is now the giant.
Oh wait, no, I can't do that. 'Cause if you're...
Yeah, no, you can't.
I
Bonus
can't.
action.
I use my bonus action to dual wield.
Oh, that
So.
is true. Okay.
Oh.
So, having killed its companion, it's going to make one strike against Clary and one strike against Styx. There's another natural 1 to hit you, Styx. However,
I'm loving
that is
these
a
giants.
24 to hit you, Clary.
That definitely hurts.
And that is 21 bludgeoning damage as this giant club comes around and smacks Clary.
That's fine, because Clary has uncanny dodge, so she takes half, is it? Or
Yeah, it's
21 halved is 10.
I remember 12. Otherwise, that would be really scary. Would it be
Okay.
It'd be 20,
29?
28. Oh no, yeah, 29.
Last in the initiative is Neo.
Ooh.
Go up and whack it, I think. Cover all bases. I mean, yeah, he's a paladin, but he won't get in. You know, he'll stay like sort of 5, 10, 15. He'll start there and just sort of go for it.
18 will just hit, however, he has a -2, which makes it a 16, which doesn't hit.
Shit! Neo! Shit!
And that's an 11 overall, which also won't hit.
We should have left Neo at home.
Should have done, he hasn't done anything.
And that will be Neo.
Well,
Feeling.
That will bring us to the end of the round and the end of the session.
Indeed.
You have one reasonably healthy looking giant left. And one dead giant. And we'll finish this off nice and quick at the beginning of next week. And then we can delve into whatever's next.
Ooh.
Indeed. That was very, very. I'm now terrified.